Before you even go and find the deal, right, to start talking about kind of the MLS and the way to think about and these types of properties and our approach, you want to begin with the end in mind, right? So you sell these properties to cash buyers. That's what you do. Cash buyers are fix and flippers. I explained that they want as many deals as they can get, right? If they can spend $10,000, make $30,000 of profit, they will do that all day. They'll buy all of your deals, which is why you find one great cash buyer, they can pay you over 6 figures in a year, okay? So the first step is, instead of you going out and finding random properties in random cities and random zip codes, and you don't have a buyer in mind, because let's run through that situation real quick. Let's say you get a random house under contract at random numbers, and you don't know what you're doing, but you get under contract. Now you got to go find the fix and flipper that wants to buy it, and you talk to them. They say, hey, you know what? We don't buy in that zip code. We don't buy in that area. We don't want that type of deal. Hey, you got a 2-1 under contract. We only like 3 2s. You've done all this work, and you can't match it up with the buyer who doesn't want it. Because just because you get a deal under contract or a house under contract doesn't mean you're going to be able to wholesale it. So what we want to do is work smarter, not harder. We want to find our cash buyers first, which they're abundant. It's very easy for us to do it. We've done it for a long, long time. There's multiple ways to find these cash buyers, and one easy way that we've coined the Google Ninja trick is, cash buyers, what they do is they'll build websites where they want to attract motivated sellers.
Right.
And so if you're in San Diego County, you type in "sell my house fast San Diego," then you're going to go to Google. You're going to find companies that have invested into their websites, invest in the marketing, that want to rank for "sell my house fast" because they believe a motivated seller is going to type that into Google. So right away, you're going to find sophisticated investors, cash buyers, that have invested capital into their website. And now in 1, 2, 3 minutes, sometimes seconds, you find these cash buyers, and now you reach out to them, you talk to them, you speak to them, and you understand what are your needs? What do you want? What types of deals are you doing? What areas do you like to buy property in? How many properties are you doing every single month? Right? We basically interview them. You're developing a customer profile. The cash buyer is your customer. You're finding deals for them.
Right.
They're going to pay you. So instead of, this is where so many people get stuck and go get excited finding a deal. I'm going to find a deal, and you know what? The cash buyer is going to fall out of the sky. I'm going to find the perfect deal for this cash buyer I don't even know, that I haven't even talked to. And then they get the deal under contract. A cash buyer doesn't want it, and then they're discouraged. They say, hey, this doesn't work. When the reality is they just made their job way harder for them. So my first step to you is leverage the Google Ninja trick. There's other strategies too, and we give out a lot of free resources, so probably just put up some free resources how to find these particular cash buyers, but Google Ninja Trick's one. And then another one, if you're serious about real estate investing, this is what most people will not do, is I want you to attend Real Estate Investing Association meetings. So over 12 years ago when I started, young buck, 19, 20 years old, I attended every single Real Estate Investing Association within an hour and a half of my area.
Yeah.
And these are meetings where real estate investors go and hang out. So if you're serious about being a real estate investor, you attend these meetings, and you can just Google Real Estate Investor Association meeting and your city name. And there's one in Mission Valley over here, like 10, 15 minutes away. There's one in Fallbrook, and then one in Del Mar. And I would attend all of those every single month. So they're usually once a month meetings. Sometimes there'd be 10 investors there, sometimes 50, sometimes 75. And they all aren't investors, but they're people that want to work with investors. And also know what happens there is people go up and speak in front of the room, in front of 50 people, and say, hey, here's a fix and flip deal we just did. Here's a deal case study. And then they say, you know what? I have an ask for the room. I want you to bring me deals. So now you have a cash buyer because you attended to this investor association meeting. You went there. You did what most people don't do. Most people won't go to a meeting. This is why I was talking about virtual wholesaling. Most people aren't trying to do like the little work of drive 15 or 20 minutes, go to a meeting, find a cash buyer. You can shake their hand, look them in the eye, see what types of deals they're looking for. By the way, they're telling you in front of the whole entire room what types of deals they're looking for. And now, real estate it's a numbers game, but it's also a relationships game, right? We need this cash buyer to close on this deal. We need to be communicative with them. They need to communicate to us. And people are most likely going to respond to your texts a lot more if you meet them in person. You shake their hand, you look them in the eye, you take a server approach, you ask what types of properties are they looking for, and now you bring them those exact properties, right? And what I always suggest, no matter what, find 3 to 5 local cash buyers in your area doing multiple deals every single month. And you may ask, well, how do you, well, we talked about how to find them. How do you make sure they're actually doing deals? You talk to them. You ask them, how many deals are you doing per month?
Yeah. How did you, like 18, 19 years old at these, REIA meetings, how did you like introduce yourself? Were you just like, I'm a new investor, or did you say wholesale? Like I don't know how to go about that conversation. I have nothing under my belt, so it's a very nerve-wracking interaction, you know what I mean? And it's only kind of early on in the process. So how would you recommend that someone like me, say I went to a REIA tomorrow, kind of introduce myself and my real estate experience?
Yeah, for you, I'd say, hey, my name's Tim. Just want to come here, learn more about real estate investing, and I'm actively looking for wholesale and flip deals as well. Are you wholesaling or flipping by any chance? Oh, you're flipping? Oh, perfect. What types of deals are you looking for? I'll just roll into that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you think if I bring you a deal that fits your criteria and hits your minimum profit, do you think you'd be interested in that? And say, yeah. Okay, great. What are you looking for?
It's that simple, huh?
It's that simple. Like every single fix and flipper, what they want are more deals. Yeah. So, if you haven't done a deal before, hey, I'm interested in wholesaling and flipping. What types of deals are you looking for? Basically what you're saying is like, I'm gonna work for you for free. I'm gonna find you exactly what you want. Yeah. Just tell me. And now you're in person with them. Yeah. Where are they gonna go? I mean, that fix and flipper is there at that meeting to get deals. Yeah. They wanna talk to people like you. So if you say, hey, I'm interested in finding you deals, I'm interested in finding these deals and getting started, I'd love to chat with you. And maybe if you're busy right now, maybe I can buy you coffee or lunch, and we can sit down and talk about it. Right. So a lot of those subsequent meetings happen. So there's so many people that have never ever wholesaled real estate and then start wholesaling houses, and fix and flippers know that too. It's like if they get in with you and you're willing to put in the work and they're communicative to you and tell you exactly what you want, and you say, hey, I'm really close to getting this deal under contract. I talked to the agent and I can get at $452,000. And does that work for you? Because I can put it under contract right now, we can assign it to you. Mm-hmm. And now they know, cool, if they give you an answer in 1 hour, they have a deal in their hands. Yeah. So that's exactly how I would approach it, just like that.
Yeah, yeah. And that's kind of the stigma I've come across, where it's like, I always want to do things like, I guess, as fast as possible. That way I can move on to something else. So the personal connection is very important, is what I'm hearing. Because once that relationship is built, then the consistency of them buying from you increases. Yeah,
and like I stated earlier, I use this word cash buyers, but what I want to challenge you to do is there's a name behind a cash buyer. Their name might be Troy, might be Brian. Right. So I say cash buyers, but you're really talking to Troy. You're talking to Brian. Yeah. You're developing a relationship with that person. Yeah. Maybe the CEO of the company, and maybe the acquisitions manager of the company. They're the decision maker. Mm. It's not like you put a property under contract, you don't talk to anyone, and somehow you just get a $10,000 check in the mail. You're talking to Brian about this deal. You know about this deal. You talked to the agent. You saw it was a good deal. Brian's asking you questions about it. You're answering about it, and you're helping him out on this deal and making him feel confident about purchasing this and getting an ROI on his flip. Right. So the personal relationships are important, and a lot of people are going to skip over that, and it's just a knowledge gap. People don't know what they don't know, right? And a lot of people think cash buyers are faceless, right? They have this assumption it's a faceless cash buyer. But when I talk about Troy, I see his face. When I talk about Brian, I see his face. When I talk about JD, I see his face. Yeah. Right? That's who I'm talking to. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about this deal. So then I have a relationship with them. I'm talking to them. We're on a text basis, call basis, phone basis. We're able to make decisions quickly together. Mm-hmm. They know if they give me information of, yes, they can do this deal, we can put it under contract, you make $10,000, they make their 30, 40, 50. So once you're armed with that knowledge, now you stop asking questions, why would they want to work with me? Why, why? Yeah. And people work with who they like and trust, and I'll say that time and time again. So have them like and trust you. How do you not waste a cash buyer's time? Ask what the hell they want. Right. How do you become attractive to anyone in life? You say, hey, what do you want? I'm going to help you get that too. That's all we're doing here.
Yeah. And you've alleviated something in this conversation too, where it's like they're not I'm not only looking for them, they're looking for people like me, which is a really big barrier that has kind of stopped me from starting earlier, because it's like, oh, I'm just like some guy that they're gonna just say, hey, like screw off or whatever, So
They're looking for you.
Yeah.
And they're looking for the person that's willing to roll up their sleeves and do a little more work than the next person.
Right.
Because most people are amateurs and most people aren't going to do the work.
Yeah.
Most people aren't going to talk to them. Most people are going to just try and send a text message about a deal and never ever talk to them, or they use the Google Ninja trick I talked about and they don't talk to them, they don't ask what they want, and they say, hey, I have a cash buyer, then they go out find deals, and then they try and establish a relationship with them and talk to them, and they say, hey, this doesn't work, and it's because now they have a deal under contract, it has a 14-day close on it, they've never talked to this cash buyer before, and the first time they got to say, hey, I need you to come to the property right now in 3 hours, and they're like, who the heck are you?
Yeah.
Who are you to talk to me? Like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
So when you approach it as, hey, I don't even have a deal under contract. This is another important thing, as a beginner, people say, oh my gosh, do I need a deal to talk to these people? And you don't.
Yeah.
It can help in some ways. You have a deal under contract for sure, but the next question is, how do you even know what a good deal is?
Right.
You know what a good deal is when you talk to your cash buyers who buy your deals and they tell you what they want. That's what a good deal is.
Yeah.
So people are just like theoretically trying to figure this game out of like, no, I'm going to find the deal first. It's a good deal. You don't know what a good deal is if you don't talk to a cash buyer
Yeah.
and they tell you what a good deal is.
Yeah.